The Bachelor Recap, a tag team match unfolds. This appears to be the one season of The Bachelor where everything Chris Harrison says in promos is actually true. On Monday night's episode, 4 of 7 remaining contestants locked horns in a she said battle to accuse their rivals of lying, a brouhaha that encouraged Colton's growing paranoia over whom to trust. This season's insult is to accuse other women of being unready for marriage, which seems to hit home for Colton, who has repeatedly said that his biggest fear is proposing to a woman who will leave him shortly after the conclusion of the season. But while Colton frets over a potential future dumping, he's earned an unfortunate honor in the present. He has now been dumped more than any other bachelor in the show's history. Last week, I wrote about how 2 of Colton's contestants had quit the show in 2 weeks, putting him in unfortunate territory. Yes, from time to time, women leave The Bachelor, but they generally do so early on, when they realize they're not cut out for reality TV. The only other bachelor to lose 2 contestants so late in the season was Juan Pablo, who everybody knows was the worst bachelor. But Monday night, Colton lost a 3rd contestant, making ignominious history. Heather, the contestant who famously had never been kissed before the show, told Colton that she simply didn't feel their relationship was at a point where she felt comfortable introducing him to her family. It's a conversation we've heard dozens of times on the show, but typically from the lead. Rarely has a contestant ever opted out of a hometown visit before even being formally invited. On the one hand, I get it. Heather took 23 years to kiss a boy. Of course she's not going to feel comfortable getting married to a guy after 3 months. I mean, we've already learned that this woman once was in a committed 8-month relationship where she never kissed her boyfriend. 8 months. You can grow most of a baby in that time. But on the other hand, this woman finally decided she was comfortable making out with somebody, a stance she'd never even taken with her boyfriend of 8 months, and then she instantly decided this guy, the one she'd been waiting her whole life to kiss, was meh. And Heather was on a date where 2 women got roses and 2 women got sent home, and those roses seemed destined for Cassie and Hannah G. The 2 women Colton has clearly been in love with all season. Colton hasn't exactly tried to stop any of the 3 departures. But still, it's striking how many women have been willing to leave. 10% of the show's initial cast and 23% of his final 13 women have peaced out. I've been surprised by how much I've come to like Colton over the course of this season. The worst part of his season has been the constant virgin jokes, most of which are beset upon him by producers and contestants. And his virgin jokes are good. Monday night he pointed at his bedroom and said, "And that's where the magic doesn't happen." Classic. Colton himself has been likable and earnest. He hasn't made any obvious mistakes, he hasn't done anything particularly mean, and he genuinely seems to be trying his best.